In the spirit of sportsmanship, there often comes a time when you are met with a strong opponent who becomes your rival within no time. Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic were no different, and while their relationship had been very friendly in the past few years, they have shared a long history of rivalry, insane battles, and sometimes even accusations. What did they usually fight about? Why were the two greatest tennis players not friends from the beginning? And how was their relationship mended and ultimately resulted in a friendship where respect went both ways? In today's video, we are discussing how Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic's differences began and how they came to an end. Back in 2006 at the Davis Cup, a small indirect feud took place between Djokovic and Federer. During the game between Serbia and Switzerland, Stanislas Wawrinka was paired with Federer. In the middle of the match, Djokovic asked for a medical break, and at that point he was behind 2-1. However, after the short break, Djokovic returned to dominate the match and won in 5 sets. As the match ended, Federer expressed his anger towards Djokovic's untimely break and asserted that he was skeptical whether he actually needed a medical break or not. According to Federer, the break ruined his form and rhythm, and ultimately he lost the match. This was the rocky beginning of their relationship on the court. The very next year, Djokovic became increasingly comfortable on the court and imitated Federer on a few occasions. As tennis fans, we all know Djokovic does this often, but doing it with Federer was a different story. Obviously, he took it as an insult to him, and this added fuel to the fire from the previous year's Davis Cup. Ultimately, Roger Federer gave cold shoulders to Djokovic in several matches, even though Djokovic showed sportsmanship by shaking Federer's hand even after he lost. Things stayed awkward between the two for quite some time, and in 2009, Federer made some additional comments about Djokovic retiring from a quarterfinals match at the Australian Open against Andy Roddick. In an interview, he recalled the time when Djokovic retired from a match against him in Monaco due to a sore throat. He emphasized that it's nothing new for Djokovic to retire from matches by making such excuses, and if he does not feel up to playing, he should not play at all. He ended the statement by saying that Andy won the match not because Djokovic walked out, but because he deserved it. Now, the borderline rude and disrespectful statement sparked a lot of controversy among fans for a long time. However, Djokovic never replied to these comments formally. He did indeed give a reply by playing Federer a few weeks later in Miami and winning the match in 3 sets. According to tennis fans, the fight seemed one-sided because Djokovic always seemed to be respectful, ignored the comments Federer made against him, and played the game with full concentration. On the other hand, Federer let the 2006 Davis Cup incident stew for a long time, and up until 2011, he continued to make somewhat arrogant statements against Djokovic. In 2011, the duo met once again at the US Open semifinal, and as always, Djokovic dominated on the court with his fast movements, consistently delivering excellent shots and making Federer work for the points. Djokovic crushed the match by saving several match points and delivering amazing return shots, which even shocked Federer to some extent. At the end of the match, Federer spoke to the media and said that Djokovic got lucky with the shots and not a single one of his returns was made with confidence. He believed that Djokovic had already given up and he got lucky with one shot which brought him back. Otherwise, he would have lost easily. Again, the controversial statement where Federer refused to appreciate his opponent's game and instead kept asserting baseless allegations sparked a heated debate among fans of both players. The fights went on for quite some time, however, the focus shifted swiftly to Novak Djokovic's father and his comments against Federer. Novak Djokovic's father, Srđan Djokovic, has been known to praise his son and repeatedly call him the best there is. Since the Davis Cup 2006 incident, he has had a strong dislike for Federer. In one instance, Mr. Djokovic went a bit too far and called Federer a typical Swiss man and asked him to retire from the game. This was an extremely alarming statement since many argued that it was a racist remark and Djokovic's father had attacked Federer's identity as a Swiss man. But this was not all. Mr. Djokovic also claimed that Federer attacked his son at the 2006 Davis Cup because he knew that he would become better than him, and Federer could not accept it. He said that while Federer is a great tennis player, he is not a good person overall. These words once again led the media and fans to getting into arguments, while Federer and Djokovic remained silent on this topic. They knew that this was going to only increase the rivalry rumors more, and although surprising, Federer did not jump the gun and made absolutely no comeback comments against Djokovic's father. Nevertheless, the statement kept circulating around the media and remained a hot topic for several months. Eventually, it seemed that the whole rivalry was going to shift from the court to personal matters. But thankfully, in 2012, both players decided to take the mature route and talk about things to fix everything. Federer scheduled and arranged a meeting with Djokovic in Madrid where the two talked about their petty feud, cleared all the confusion, and initiated a new, fresh start to their relationship as professionals. The same year, Federer made an official statement that he had always respected Djokovic, and now that they have sat down and talked about everything, things were better between them. Sometime later, Djokovic was also asked the inevitable question of his opinion about his father's comments against Federer. Being a mature and humble man, Djokovic did not get into the issue in great depth and stated that he did not agree with his father's opinion of Federer. Since 2012, the respect and friendship between both the players kept increasing gradually. One of the most memorable times was in 2015 when Djokovic emerged as the US Open champion after beating Federer in a 4-set final. After the match, Federer publicly praised and appreciated Djokovic for his excellent form and his impressive movements on the clay court. He added that Djokovic has the potential to win several Grand Slams and his career was unbelievable. In 2018, both Federer and Djokovic played as a team at the Laver Cup. The fans were excited to see two of the greatest players ever to perform together, and while their performance was not up to the mark, leaving them with a lost match, they did give the fans what they wanted to see for years. The pictures of the 2018 Laver Cup still roam around the internet to date, since the iconic rivalry that had gone on since 2006 had finally turned into a relationship of mutual respect and friendship. Finally, when Federer announced his retirement from the sport in 2022, Novak Djokovic wrote an emotional tribute to him, reminiscing about the times they spent together on the court during their battles, as well as the fun times they shared off of the court. In the statement, Djokovic wrote that Roger Federer's career is the true meaning of achieving excellence in tennis and a testament to how one can play the game with integrity and poise. He also added that throughout the years he respected Federer on and off the court and that it was an honor for him to play alongside and against him. The amazing battles, controversial exchanges of words, allegations, and heated moments on the court all led to an amazing friendship between two of the greatest tennis players to ever exist.